Alright, another piece of newspaper is going to be read. Let's listen carefully. Reddit bans Nazi groups and others in Crackdown on violent content. Steve Hoffman, a co-founder and chief executive of Reddit, in 2016, the company has started to implement a new policy to remove content that glorifies and incites violence from its site. Reddit, the online internet forum, has started to implement a new policy to ban content that glorifies and incites violence, and among the first to go were forums for Nazi, racist, and white supremacist groups. The company outlined the update to its policy on Wednesday, with one statement in its Hope Center and another by administrator on the site itself, where vocal community challenged the changes. Credit says was taken steps to clarify the way it had moderated posts in the past and to bring its policy on allowable content in line with its values. In particular, we found that the policy regarding inciting violence was too vague, the statement said. Going forward, we will take action against any content that encourages, glorifies, incites, or calls for violence for physical harm against an individual or a group of people. Likewise, we also take action against content that glorifies or encourages the abuse of animals. We understand that enforcing this policy may often require subjective judgment, so all of the usual caveats apply with regard to content that is newsworthy, artistic, educational, satirical, etc. As mentioned in the policy, the context is key. Credit said the updated policy would apply to memes, CSS community style, flair, subreddit names, and users' names. If the content is borderline, it should be tagged with a warning. Even mild violence can be difficult for someone to explain to others. What they opened it unexpectedly, the statement said. But it added sometimes there were reasons to post violent content such as with educational, newsworthy, artistic, satirical items, in which case context should be provided to show it was not gratuitous. On Thursday, a news of the policy surged through the site. Moderators began to question how it would be applied in Reddit's micro-communities or subreddits where interest can be ranged from hunting to Bible study, as well as in its dark corners where people are urged to kill themselves or others. What does glorify mean? One wrote, we subtly watch people die, or categorized as such. The forum would remain for now, a moderator said. Among the first to be banned were the subreddits nationalism, racial, Nazi, and R far right. In a statement on Thursday, Anna Sonner, spokeswoman for Reddit, said the company was constantly assessing its content policy. We strive to be a welcoming, open platform formed by trusting our users to maintain an environment that cultivates genuine conversation, she said. which was founded in 2005 and proclaims itself the front page of the Internet with 330 million monthly active users, had been resistant to outright bans on content. In 2014, Yin Shang-won, who was then the company's chief executive, wrote a blog post defending the company's hands-up approach to the sometimes exalted content that appeared on the site. You choose what to post, he wrote to the site's users. You choose what to read, you choose what kind of subreddit to create, and what kind of rules you will enforce. We will try not to interfere. A year later, under a new chief executive, Alan Powell, the company announced that it would explicitly prohibit harassment against users. It said then that the move would promote free expression of its millions of users without fear of retribution from a vocal minority of them. The crackdown comes as Reddit expands after receiving millions of dollars in financing in 2014. Again in 2017, it grew from 65 employees in 2005 to 260 employees this year, making it easier to execute new policies to enforce bans on toxic content. The effectiveness of Reddit's 2015 policy was analyzed in a study released last month to subreddits that were banned. The racist Kuntao subreddit are Fat People Hate, which mocked and abused overweight people. The study suggested that the most effective tactic to fight hateful are, let me check, I don't really know how to pronounce it. Let me check. Yes. Rhetoric. Okay. Rhetoric, hateful rhetoric, may be to identify and shut down the spaces where hateful speech occurs, rather than targeting bad actors individually or in groups. Okay, is that going to be the end of my reading today about these pieces of new paper? Thank you for listening.